Well, happy Monday. It is Valentine's week and want to bring you the latest data here in the Austin metro area. So, one question we get a lot from clients and from those in the market is when do I get my peak pandemic price back as a homeowner? Well, I can tell you looking at this chart, it's going to be a while. So, if we look at the orange line, this is median, and you can see it peaked out kind of right in the middle of 2022. The top is the average, the bottom is the median. All right, let's say the correction has happened, and now we're going to start appreciating again in 2025. All right, well, let's say a 4% appreciation for the median would be this bottom line here. It's going to go past 2031. So if we start appreciating on average for the next 6-7 years at 4%, we're probably looking at 2033, somewhere around there. So we're probably 8 years away. That's a long time. Let's say we can appreciate it, 5% or a little more. So if we look at this yellow line right here, we're going to hit that right around 2031. So again, if we can start appreciating around 5%, we'll get back to the peak pandemic pricing 9 years after the peak. So it's going to take a while. And again, if we look at the average, same thing. So for those that think, hey, once interest rates, if they come down a little, it's not going to take long. No, it's going to take a while. So the market is the market. We're where we are now. The median home values in Austin are about 425. That's where we set our pricing. So we're going to be looking at your comparable sales. We're going to be talking to buyers. We're going to be looking at interest rates, and the buyers don't care what the peak value was in 2022, and they won't care until that becomes the normal price again. So for now, I would just say, hey, buckle up. Our goal right now in the market is to see if Austin can stabilize in 2025, stop the down cycle, go sideways, and start to appreciate again. My prediction is it will. It's still early days. The market does feel like it's picking up a little bit. Some of that is seasonal, and we'll have to see how it goes. But just absorb that chart right there. It's going to be a minute before we're going to get back to that type of pricing. All right, let's look at January data. So this is the first sign we've seen of January numbers. This chart from Austin Title, the little red dot there, we don't really have any lines yet because we haven't started the year, but we had, a little under what we did last year in sales. So units sold down 4.7% over this time, January 2024. And rates, by the way, were lower in January 2024. They were like 6.6, 6.7. Right now, I'll show you in a minute, they're higher than that. Average sales price down about 1.2%, not too bad, but median down almost 6%. So we have seen, again, continued softening year over year. Most of the January sales are December buyers. And so again, this is finishing off 2024 in the terms of sales. So let's look at, this is the week of January 26th to February 1st, just a couple weeks ago. Listings were up 6.4%, so more sellers. Listings sold down 11.9%. So again, just not a lot of buyers coming out to the market. Current months of inventory, just under 4 months. Median sales price, though, again, like I've been saying, it just is kind of finding a floor around 425, 430. Right now we're at 431 median sold price. But we do have a lot of homes on the market. We have 11,000, almost 200 homes on the market. So let me show that to you in the numbers here. So historical average versus pending data going all the way back to 2010. So in 2025, right now, we have 11,182 single family homes on the market. The last time we had over 10,000 was back in 2010, and that was barely over 10,000. Now we have more people in the market by a lot. So maybe percent wise, we're not as bad as it was in 2010, but we have a lot of homes on the market, more than we've seen at any point since 2010 in 15 years. Pendings, same story in reverse. So pendings, we peaked out, we had 4,000, 4,000, 5,500 in 22. So 4,000 to 5,500 is a lot per month. Right now in 2025, January, we had under 2,000, and that's the only year on record in the last, looks like 13 that we've had that. So more listings, fewer buyers. That just gives you an idea where we are in the market. Is it starting to pick up? Maybe. but we're starting with a lot of inventory. Now, this is interesting. This is original price versus sold price. So this is not per house. This is, if you look at the market as a whole, the green is where the, kind of people started their list prices. Blue is where the market kind of settled on price. Typically, the green is always higher, unless it's the pandemic where it flips. But almost always, a house may have some adjustment over time. But if we look at the market, the bigger the gap is where you're going to see that the price is coming a little softer. But if we look at the end of the year, normally we have the price come down until like January, and then it starts. This last fall, we had the price go up while the starting original prices were coming down. So what happened is we got a lot tighter, meaning buyers and sellers were kind of finding some equilibrium. Hey, we got our list prices down. The buyers thought that was fair. And so you're seeing the market start to find that. Ignore the last bars on the right. That's February. We don't have enough data there. But as I look at that, that's telling me that, hey, if our median is kind of where buyers expect it to be, and they're pricing it in, and sellers are not listing maybe as aggressively as they used to, maybe we're starting to find some balance in the market. Pay attention to that. All right, let's talk about interest rates. So right now, we have spent the entire year at or above 7% on the 30-year fixed rate. This is a par rate, which just simply means, hey, if you have great credit, you're a primary home buyer, you're probably in the mid to high sixes right now, maybe like 6.75. But on average, 7% is what we've seen for buyers this year. If you get a 15-year, which I don't think I've had a client use a 15-year fixed rate loan in a while, but you could get mid sixes there. And of course, FHA and VA, you'll get some better interest rates on those. The downside is the whole thing is debt. And so I'm a fan of as much as you can put into the property. It gives you a little balance there. I'm going to show you the chart, just if you're visual. This is the 30-year fixed rate, and this is going back to January 1st. The bottom of the chart, this line right here is 7. 6.9 is the bottom of the chart. We've just stayed, again, at or above 7% the whole year. It softened some. We're kind of right teetering on it. So I think the bond market's really trying to pay attention to inflation, to tariffs, just to see how some of this new administration and decisions are going to shake out. And that will decide which way the 10-year Treasury wants to go, which is going to dictate which way mortgage rates are going to go. All right, let's talk about rents. So this is a national rent report from apartmentlist.com. This is our rents from 2017 to the present. This is national. But the median rent, you can see, wham, it launched up like everything during the pandemic. Since then, it's had to kind of stabilize because everybody's getting hit hard. And they built a lot of units, especially in markets like Dallas, Austin, Phoenix. You're seeing rents start to correct. So again, we're seeing rents just try to stabilize. Here's kind of the same chart month by month. So this is monthly change from 2019 to the present. So again, you can see in the spring months, especially, rents were just rocketing up. Usually at the end of the year, they'll soften just because there's not as many people moving. But the peaks have come down and down and down. So how much rents went up every year? It's just been harder to raise rents. And on the downside, they've come down stronger than they went up. So what we're seeing is, again, rents are just like our market, trying to find some stability there. And here's what it shows you if you did that as a bar graph, if you did it as a bell curve graph. So basically you can see, here's the pandemic, no shock, rents went up, and now we're seeing rents the last, call it year and a half, have gone, sideways, maybe a little under 0%. Finally, some Austin news. We had a Realtor.com. If you use that website to hunt for homes, they are relocating their headquarters to Austin. Pretty cool. And so anyways, they were in Chicago, they're in California, they're in Austin, they're bringing everybody here and consolidating here. So, hey, if you know anybody that works at Realtor.com and needs a realtor to help them find a home that could be featured on Realtor.com from a realtor, you can call this realtor. So let me know. Anyways, I hope this was helpful. If you are a seller right now in the market, the good news is this is the spring. This is typically when we see more buyers coming to the market, and we are starting to see on the well-priced properties, those properties are getting offers faster. Some of them are getting multiple offers. If you are a buyer in the market, the good news is I just told you, we have more inventory than we've had in 15 years on the market. And so far, yeah, there's some more buyers, but we're not seeing a wave of buyers. So really your challenge, let's talk with your lender, make sure we can get a rate and a price that works for your budget. Anyways, hope this was helpful. If you want to check out our videos each and every week, make sure to go to our YouTube channel at Ryan Kelly Group and click that subscribe button. And of course, if you know somebody looking to buy, sell, or invest in Austin, give us a ring. We'd love to chat with them. Anyways, hope you have a great week. Happy Valentine's Day, and talk to you next Monday. Thanks.